Good afternoon, YouTube. This is KingCobraJFS with another video. And I went to go check on my bike to see how it's coming along nicely, and it turns out some of the parts that BikeBerry.com sent me were faulty. The guy who was working on it for me was telling me how the drive sprocket for the chain's all fucked up. And the chain that came with it originally didn't fit, so I went and bought another roller chain, and it fits the bike, but it doesn't stay attached to the sprocket that's supposed to turn the engine. He was telling me how when he went to go push the bike, the chain was basically hopping on the drive sprocket. It wasn't even turning the two-stroke over. Everything else is pretty much hooked up. It's just a matter of this is frustrating too. Whatever happened to good quality customer service? Okay, that's something you don't see too often. Okay, I go to BikeBerry.com and I pay a total of $257.46 after shipping and tax and all that, thinking that I get this kick-ass two-stroke engine for my bike and have a somewhat decent amount of transportation going for me. And I took to been working on it all fucking summer, so needless to say. And the guy that was talking to me about it just a couple seconds ago was like, you know what, this is this is what's happening here. He's telling me how BikeBerry basically gave me faulty parts and shit. So I can't say I'm too happy about that. But he's going to call them, and we're going to get that bike put together, and we're going to get it running, you know what I'm saying? So I just saw it a couple minutes ago. It's looking good. That's just, it's ridiculous. That's just the thing, okay? I work a pretty decent job for a living, working, busting my ass, making a living here, and I paid that much fucking money for the engine and the kit, only to have them, send me faulty parts. At first he was like, send the engine back. And I'm just like, oh, but then I have to take it all off the bike and then put it all back on. And I'm just like, well, can you fix it? And he goes, we can't get the right parts for it. I'm like, okay. So I wrote down the information on the receipt on a piece of paper, the billing information, if you will. Wrote down BikeBerry Corporation's number and their address and my address and my email and everything, and all the numbers for like the shipping transaction ID and what have you, and yeah, and the date it was purchased at the exact time it was purchased. So hopefully we'll get it taken care of. Whether or not it'll be done within the next couple of weeks or not, at this point, I'll just be grateful that it'll get done, you know what I'm saying? And, I was talking to him, Jesse was all like, I'm not going to bill you for a bike that's not working. He's like, I can't do that. I'm like, I understand, it's cool, So hopefully we'll get it taken care of, It'd be nice to see that thing running and drivable again. Fuck, man. It's frustrating. Second thing. Riding the bus home from work, and overheard a lady talking about how she was crying herself to sleep. She's obviously having a bad week. And some guy took it upon himself to start preaching Jesus to her, and it's all in God's plan, yada, yada, yada. Goes off saying, well, if you take the black keys away from the piano, you'll find that most songs are going to fall flat, like Beethoven and Mozart and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what does playing the piano have to do with God? Okay. I wanted to turn around and say something to the guy, but I figured, you know what? I decided to drown them out by pulling out my iPhone and playing some Cradle of Filth and sticking it right to my ear so I could drown out, And this guy apparently was new in town, and some people were telling him, hey, you should go to this church, and yada, yada, yada. So he went, and He's all going off and telling us about what he read and shit. I'm just like, oh, Jesus, freaks are so annoying, aren't they? But like, you know what? Whatever helps you sleep better at night, man. You know. You know, there should have been. You know, I should have read the signs. You know, when I got my kit, and the kit's supposed to include a spark plug. It did not include a spark plug. I ended up going to Walmart in the gardening section and buying one for my engine. It'll work just fine for what it's supposed to do. So I can't say I'm too happy that BikeBerry kind of screwed me here. And then based off the customer reports, the 4.5 to 5 stars, saying this engine's great for my bike. I love it. It's awesome. I'm like, okay, so I'm getting a decent product here. And I wasn't the only one pissed about it. You know, Jesse, the guy that's working on my bike, he's pissed about it too. He's like, man, I'm not going to bill you for this bike, man. You know, he tried rolling it because he got the chain hooked up for the engine and what have you. And the minute he rolled it, it started going, making these weird noises. And, you know, he's like, watch this. And I looked down, right where you can see the chain connect to the gear that turns the two-stroke engine. I'm looking as he's rolling it, and the chain's basically hopping on the gear. That's not supposed to do that. Okay, so, you know, I can't say I'm too happy about that, but at least, you know, I've taken it to a professional. You know, Mountain Sports does an awesome job with their bikes. They have an awesome selection of bikes to choose from if you're into upgrading to a better bike anyway. So, yeah, hopefully it'll get resolved. I can't say I'm too happy about BikeBerry screwing me over like that. You know, you pay your hard-earned, honest dollars living to get a product and have people just screw you over like that. You know, it's kind of frustrating. Going back to the bus incident. You know, and he wasn't directly preaching God towards me, but the fact that I still heard it, you know, that's just one of those things, you know. He's just sitting there going on and 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 on. And I'm like, yeah, well, of course, if you take the black keys off a piano, some of your songs are going to sound flat, and you're not going to be able to play them properly, but what exactly does that have to do with God? Nothing, okay? He's all telling this woman, it's in God's plan. It's in, like, how the fuck do you know what God's plan is? You're not God. You don't know what the fuck he thinks. It's a quote from one of my songs. So I didn't let it get to me. I figured, no big whoop, he's not preaching to me, it's none of my business. And the lady didn't seem to mind being preached to, so I guess no harm is done. I'm just putting it out there, you know, putting out my 2 cents, if you will. Yeah. Stupid people, man. They're just, yeah, they're a load of lamps, I'm telling you. And it turns out I'm not the only person experiencing problems with their kit motors. I see a couple videos on YouTube of people who have their kits installed, and they're telling me all these problems they had with different companies, basically doing the same thing that BikeBerry did to me, and screw them over on parts. So hopefully the issue will get resolved. I'm confident that it will. So right now, let's say I'm not happy with BikeBerry. So to take my mind off of things, as far as the whole Christian bullshit went on, I found a branch on the ground and broke it off and decided I'd make a wand, or at least get a shell started of a wand anyway. And, oh yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. Sweet. Alright, got another shell started. Awesome. And because it's been raining all day, carving that stick clean of all the bark was relatively easy. I even had a couple of knots I was able to get off with my pocket knife. You know, got that all smoothed out and what have you. So, a shout out to Jesse and Mountain Sports. Thanks for putting up with my bike's bullshit. I really appreciate it. Oh, I have 3 in my inbox. Shared your video. 1 plus a comment. Let's see. Right. Let's see. Some guy commented in one of my videos, I was hoping you'd kill yourself by the end of this video. I said, I've tried 23 times, hasn't worked, so instead I see purpose in life. This person then responded with, suicide is a serious issue, dude, and you're using it to make yourself seem edgy and dark. It's pathetic and disrespectful to people who actually do what want to die, which you obviously aren't if you failed 23 times. And I said, what's disrespectful is telling someone to kill themselves. I disagree. I'm trying to make a suicide a positive thing via humor. You're using it to manipulate people into thinking you're something you're not. And then someone responded with, you're an idiot, to this person who was telling me all this other shit. And then someone else responded to that person saying, why don't you kill yourself since it's positive? ? Whatever, man. A good tattoo would be a cobra with a baby's head in its mouth. Because you're referencing the video I saw earlier. That's funny. Actually, no, a good tattoo would be a cobra with a joint in its mouth. Tattoos are expensive, and I don't need to get another one. I already have one on my right arm as it is, so, yeah. So again, if you decide to get a kit motor for your bike, I would strongly suggest doing some research, okay, before you just go off and randomly pick up a bike engine up for your bike. So, no telling at this point when the bike will get done, but it's getting there, needless to say. Went to the bike shop, checked on the bike, and they told me what was going down. Came back to the apartment, wrote down the billing information and gave it to him, and he's going to call him and Jesse's going to call a bike berry and, see what's up and see if we can't get this issue resolved here. So yeah, I can't say I'm too happy about the delayed progress of the bike getting done, but it will get done eventually. Just gotta keep your hopes up, I guess, or my hopes up. I gotta keep them up, and so it'll be a sweet product when it's done, though. I can guarantee you that. Yeah, I can't say I'm too happy about the bike taking so goddamn long to finish, but I wasn't the only one that was pissed about it, obviously. So, yeah, that'll be a nice little mode of transportation when it's done. So, yeah, that'll be nice when it's all said and done. You know, it just sucks when you're paying your hard-earned money to get a product you think is going to work for your bike, and if I didn't have help on this bike at all, I'd still be sitting here with a box full of parts trying to figure out how the fuck this shit goes on. He had to actually correct a couple of things too. I didn't have my rear sprocket on for the chain for my engine on, so we had to fix that. He got all the wiring done correctly and what have you. And you know, it's just one of those things, you know. So hopefully it'll get done relatively soon. And chances are, if BikeBerry's still open, they're getting an earful right now, getting their asses chewed because of the fact that they're delivering shitty parts, for that matter. So, you know, that's just the thing, man. Okay, you're paying someone to do a service. You know, you're paying them your hard-earned money to do a service. You know, do it right. I'm tired of people getting screwed over on shit like this, man. And it's not just bike engines, too, man. I'm sure a lot of people out there, you know, I've seen videos of these motorized bikes that people are building for themselves and shit. And apparently I'm not the only one, like I said. Apparently people are also saying that, you know, they came with no spark plug, and this and that, and this and that. I looked at the BikeBerry installation video. Every kit should include a spark plug. My kit did not include a spark plug, so I ended up going to Walmart and into the garden center to get a spark plug for it. So, yeah. That's better. I always feel better about ranting and raving because it does help with some of the stress issues. You know, it's just... And some of the comments I'm getting there are negative on my older videos. They're like a couple months old anyway. You know, they never take into consideration I might have matured a little since those couple of months have passed or what have you. But, whatever. I can't say I'm happy about the delays and BikeBerry screwing me over like that, but it is what it is. I suppose on the grander scale of things, it could be worse, you know. It's the best way to look at it, I guess. At least, hopefully, you know, the issue gets resolved and... You know, we'll see it when it gets done, hopefully, huh? So it's nice there are still people out there who, when you pay them your money, they do an honest job's work, and you're not going to take you for your money and take advantage of you and shit. It's nice there are still people out there with businesses like that. Unfortunately, you're going to come across those businesses who just, for whatever reason, decide they're going to take advantage of you and shit and take all your money, just completely screw you over. And it sucks, but, you know, that's life. Not only should companies not screw their customers over, because one, it hurts their business representation. Second thing is, it's just not right. You know, customers are busting their ass to get a job so they can buy your product just so you can take advantage of them and waste their money. That's not cool. I'm just saying, that's not cool. Yes, this is an official Black Rain Tour t-shirt. I got it at my first concert when I saw Rob Zombie and Ozzy Osbourne play in Fargo, North Dakota, just about 2 weeks before Halloween. Well, I remember I made a video a couple weeks back where I mentioned about running into this girl that made my throat tighten up and all that shit. Well, that's not going to happen because she's already got a boyfriend and she's 16. So, I'm okay with that because, you know, there are other fish in the sea that are of age. I know a lot of 20-year-olds like to date 16-year-olds, and it's just downright disgusting in my opinion. So, yeah. Could have fooled me though, you know. Some girls don't look like they're 16 or 17 or 15 just by looks alone, but gotta be careful with that shit, you two. Oh yeah, playing guitar always makes me feel better. There's times though, like last night I was playing some guitar and was not feeling it. You know, last night I was trying playing some guitar and was not feeling it. Today though, it's just like, new day, you know. I'm pissed about shit as usual. Fuck it, let's play some guitar, you know. Yeah. So whenever that beach cruiser gets done, you know, I'll gladly make a video, show you the finished product, and, you know, I can try to start it up in my apartment. I'll figure out some way to do that so you guys can see that it actually runs and shit. But, you know, right now Mountain Sports is trying to get the bike done, so all I gotta do now is add fuel to it and stuff, so... And it's close, you know, it's oh so close. Now I gotta deal with BikeBerry's bullshit. And hopefully they're nice enough to send the parts you need to finish the bike. You know, this wouldn't be a problem if BikeBerry.com would have just did what they were supposed to do in the first place and just, you know, send you the parts that are required to build these things versus just skip out on a couple of parts, send you a chain that doesn't fit. Fuck, man. It is what it is, though. You know, I'm not gonna stress it. You know, it's getting taken care of. That's the important thing, right? 'Cause you know, I got people who ask me every day. You know, one of the ladies that drives the bus in the morning. You know, she asks me about it every other day. So how's the bike coming along? And, it's getting there. And so. Obviously, YouTube's not the only one looking forward to seeing the bike, I myself included. It'll be a sweet bike when it's done, though. I am going to touch up the paint that was chipped off in the process of building it. And then probably get like a can of something that, I can't remember what it was called. Off the top of my head, but I can get the stuff at Walmart that helps me protect my paint. Just spray it on there and let it dry, and the more coats I put on it, the better protected the paint job will be and stuff. So, you know, it's something to think about. Oh yeah, playing guitar is good on those fingers, man. Whew. They're already feeling just a little blistered from playing that. So, Local fans of mine, hope you're enjoying the rain. I know I am. That was nice. I just love the rain. I love the way it sounds. I love the way it smells. I love the way it feels on your skin. It's just awesome stuff, right? And it's been raining pretty good. It's going to rain all night, man. So I'm going to enjoy it for sure. I always do enjoy the rain. And which is nice, too, because we've been having 94, 95 degree weather for the past couple of weeks. Just dry heat, just miserable as fuck. And then, oh, look at that. Here's some rain to cool things off. Awesome. On my necklace here, I got my apartment keys. I used to keep them in my pocket, but I've lost them like 3 or 4 times. And I've gotten them back every time, and because this is a secure building, I figured out a way to attach them to my necklace on a grenade pin so I never lose them again. They're always around my neck anyway, so that way I never lose them. And then underneath there I got my pent. So you can imagine why I was kind of ticked off that he was publicly preaching on the bus to some lady who was talking about crying her eyes out. You know what? If your religion, if you worship Jesus, that's your thing, man. You know, if it gives you comfort and spiritual guidance in life, who am I to judge, right? But then he starts going off about, if you take the keys away from the piano will not sound right. Well, duh. But what does that have to do with teaching about Jesus and shit? Absolutely nothing. You're trying to make yourself sound intelligent, and it's just... So yeah, there's the front of the t-shirt, and here's the back of it. You can kind of see it. It's the Black Rain Tour. It's got all the dates and stuff on it. So, yeah. The concert I went to after that was Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper. That was the Gruesome Twosome Tour concert we had here in town. That was pretty fun. I would have gone to the recent concert with Rob Zombie and Korn, but I didn't quite make it up there because the only mode of transportation I had was my bike, and my bike tire had gone completely flat, and by the time I would have got up there, the seats probably would have been sold out anyway, so I didn't get a chance to go to it, but I wasn't too bummed about it because I'd already seen Rob Zombie in concert a couple of times anyway. But this time I really regretted not going to the concert because apparently Rob Zombie was going out into the crowd and shaking people's hands and signing autographs right in the middle of the concert, no less. I'm like, damn. One concert I missed. And then one of my friends came over and they showed me some footage from the concert they had on their phone, so I got to see a little bit of it at least. But yeah, I'm looking forward to riding my beach cruiser, and it's glad that, you know, Mountain Sports is at least taking the effort to make it right. So, you know, at least there's a couple companies out there, like I said, that aren't going to screw you over. So, in my personal experience, my first time buying from BikeBerry.com, I would not recommend them just because of how shitty their service is. I mean, the engine got here on time and everything, and got here in a decent amount of time. But the kit came with parts that didn't fit. It was missing parts, parts that were broken, and what have you, or, you know, so it was like, really? You know. And a lot of the stuff, if you live in a bigger city, I'm sure you can find a store that sells parts to replace them, you know, their basic gears and sprockets and what have you. But it'd be better off if, you know, the company you pay money to just does their fucking job, right? So, as always, this is KingCobraJFS with another video, and thanks for watching, and see y'all later.